Good day everyone and welcome back to Brit Spectrum News, the only channel that dares to stand on the other side of the river and ask the real questions. Today is another marvellous day in the land of hypocrisy and political theatre, so buckle up and get ready for some unfiltered British commentary. Right, before we go deep into this fiasco, do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It is quick, painless, and helps us keep the lights on. Now, let us get to the juicy bits. Donald Trump has just fired another verbal missile, this time aimed directly at Prime Minister Keir Starmer, accusing him of being a professional bystander in the ongoing Ukraine conflict. The former US president, ever the master of blunt force diplomacy, made these remarks during an interview with Fox News, just days before Starmer is set to fly across the pond for high-level talks in Washington. Trump decided to warm up the atmosphere with some choice words. Trump claims Starmer has done absolutely nothing to push the war towards any sort of resolution. Not only that, but he also had a few words for French President Emmanuel Macron, basically throwing both leaders into the same bucket of political inertia, and yet, in a classic Trumpian contradiction, he still found a way to sprinkle in some praise, calling Starmer a nice guy, because apparently, diplomacy now runs on charm points rather than actual achievements. According to Trump, there have been no serious diplomatic efforts from the UK or France, no meetings with Russia, no groundbreaking initiatives, nothing. Macron and Starmer are just standing there watching the world burn, sipping on their overpriced espressos, but of course, Trump wants to make it clear that he is only speaking out because he hates seeing young people die. Whether they are Ukrainian or Russian, he claims it does not matter. The fact that people are being lost in this conflict is his main concern. Then, just when you thought the chaos was simmering down, Elon Musk, the billionaire Twitter kingpin and professional disruptor, decided to wade into the fray, posting on X. Musk accused Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky of corruption on a massive scale, alleging he is profiting from the war while Ukrainian soldiers fall in battle, now, without a shred of evidence. Musk also suggested that Zelensky has seized control of Ukrainian media and cancelled elections just to hold on to power. As expected, this set off a firestorm of debates, because nothing screams global political stability like tech billionaires throwing grenades into international conflicts. Back in Downing Street, Starmer has decided to take the diplomatic route, avoiding direct retaliation against Trump but making it clear that his allegiance remains with Ukraine. His office released a statement reiterating support for Ukraine's leadership and pointing out that suspending elections during wartime is not exactly unheard of. The UK did the same during World War II, so the moral high ground is rather subjective here. Meanwhile, European leaders are scrambling to maintain some sort of united front, with France and Germany trying to salvage whatever is left of their diplomatic credibility. Macron will be in Washington next Monday for his own meeting with the White House, but given Trump's less than flattering review of his efforts, the French leader might be in for a rough time. Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz, on the other hand, decided he had seen enough, storming out of a recent summit in Paris after tensions hit a boiling point. Now, let us move to another exciting episode of British political absurdity. Former Conservative Deputy Chairman Lee Anderson has decided he has had enough of lawyers and barristers running Parliament. Anderson is now calling for an outright ban on legal professionals becoming members of Parliament, claiming they are clogging the system with their overcomplicated nonsense and making governance a nightmare. According to Anderson, legal professionals are a major part of the problem, too wrapped up in red tape to take decisive action. He even went so far as to criticize his own Conservative Party, saying there are too many lawyers already and that they are getting bogged down in technicalities rather than getting things done. Anderson's comments have sent shockwaves through Westminster. This would mean barring an entire profession from political participation, and as expected, the backlash has been swift. Critics argue that legal professionals bring valuable expertise to Parliament, ensuring that laws are actually well thought out before being passed, but Anderson clearly believes that action beats legal theory. Of course, Anderson did not stop there. He also weighed in on the migrant crisis, dismissing calls for safe routes for asylum seekers. According to him, Britain should not even be talking about safe routes until it stops people from crossing the channel in small boats. He also took aim at MPs pushing to clear the backlog of asylum applications, calling them idiots and questioning what reducing the backlog would even achieve. Publican Adam Brooks, a vocal supporter of Anderson, jumped in to back up the MP's claims. Brooks insisted that Britain's immigration system is too lenient, allowing dangerous criminals to slip through the cracks, specifically mentioning rapists and murderers. The debate has reignited tensions around Britain's immigration policies, with some praising Anderson for his blunt honesty and others condemning him for what they see as reckless and inflammatory rhetoric. And lastly, let us talk about Meghan Markle, because what is a British news cycle without some royal drama? The Duchess of Sussex is set to launch her new Netflix series with Love, Meghan on March 4th, coinciding with the release of her rebranded lifestyle merchandise. However, in a bizarre twist, the show will make no mention of her new product line, even though they share similar themes. Industry insiders suggest this disconnect is likely due to the production schedule, which was finalized before Meghan started manufacturing her merchandise. Whatever the reason, it has raised serious questions about the strategic planning behind her brand expansion. Netflix is apparently trying to avoid turning the series into an infomercial. But critics argue it makes no sense to have a brand-heavy show that pretends its own products do not exist. And there you have it, another day in the wild and wonderful world of politics and power. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments below. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe for more unapologetic British analysis. Until next time, take care and stay skeptical.